Hey, you beautiful souls. Loneliness and feeling disconnected from the group is not just an issue for the young. In fact, as we hit 40, 50, 60, and beyond, we can feel the pull of loneliness more than ever. So today we're going to talk about why it is as we get older that we tend to feel those pangs of loneliness more. Why it can be beneficial as an adult not to have huge groups of friends, and then what we can do in order to build more friendships and authentic connection as we get to 40 and beyond. So to anybody who's never been here before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell, and I spent well over a decade educating myself so that I can help others grow, heal, and find their highest and greatest selves. So let's get started. So there was an Oxford study that came out a few years ago now, which showed that after the age of 25, the amount of people that we classify as friends starts to dwindle significantly. And for a lot of people, this is just a fact of life. We start families, take jobs, change jobs, gain or lose marriages, relocate. And unless you're somebody who really prioritizes being social, it's really easy to kind of look around as you get to 30, 40, 50, and beyond and realize that you don't have a lot of friends. And I was absolutely somebody who found myself in this category. A little over a year and a half ago that I was really going through a lot of changes. And as you do at times like that, when you start to take that census of, well, it's really hitting the fan, who can I call? But I noticed I didn't have a lot of people that I could reach out to. And so up until that point, I just didn't prioritize my connections. And even now, I don't have huge amounts of friends, but I do have some of the best friends that any adult could ask for. So I really feel like I can share a lot with you guys when it comes to this. I want to start off with saying that loneliness does not mean you're broken or really even lacking in any ways. It means that you're craving something deeper, especially as you hit 40 and beyond. The simple fact of the matter is you've changed, and that's a good thing. In our 20s and 30s, a lot of us prioritized families and careers. Then as we hit our 40s, things start to shift again, and we start to prioritize self-growth and understanding what's truly important in life. So unless you're one of those very rare people that have connected or kept onto your connections from childhood and young adulthood, a lot of times this means you hit your 40s and beyond and realize that it's kind of time to start over again when it comes to making connections. And again, that's a good thing. And let's talk a little bit about why it's a positive thing not to have huge amounts of friends. While it may seem like a large group of acquaintances gives us more opportunity for connection, it's actually the deeper, more meaningful relationship which impacts us more and gives us more emotional well-being. Studies show that strong, supportive friendships are linked to better mental health, physical health, and overall life satisfaction than those surface level interactions. So it's about quality, not about quantity when it comes to friendships. But if you're looking around and you're needing to start together new friendships, let's talk about some ways that you can begin building those true, authentic connections that you can call real friends as you build them. So for my first point here, I want to say, if you don't have a lot of friends or don't have any friends at all, first and foremost, lose the stigma around it. There's nothing wrong with you. It is very common for, as we get a little bit older, for us to realize that we don't have the same amount of connections that we used to. Which leads me to my second point, which is you have to make it a priority to have connection in your life. A year and a half ago, up until I really prioritized, you know what, I would really like to make close and authentic connections, it didn't just fall into my lap. So it's something that you have to think about and make a priority in your life, knowing that it's important to you. And then this brings me to my third point, which is authenticity matters. We're not in high school anymore. It's not about fitting in with the popular crowd. If you spend all of this time and prioritize making connections, but you can't be your true and authentic self around those people, then those friendships don't do you any good, because you want to be who you truly are around those individuals. And this brings me to my fourth point, which is seek out individuals who have shared interests and values to you, because those are the people that you can be your authentic self around, because you're going to share similar interests and values. And so how do you do that? Participate in things that are of interest to you. I personally have found some of my closest friends at expos and other events where I teach at, because we are all teaching about or participating in similar things, which is usually spirituality and psychology and self-growth. But like I say within manifestation, it's not going to fall into your lap while you're sitting on the couch. Well, friends won't either. So you have to go out and do things which are of interest with you, prioritizing connection with people while you're doing those things. So first and foremost, figure out what you're interested in. Figure out what is fun to you or what will bring value into your life. And then find activities that line up with those interests and values. My number 5 is kind of a two-parter, which is, first of all, don't be afraid to reach out and make that initial contact, either with friends of your past or being the one that initiates contact and connection with a new person. Again, a lot of times it just falls out of people's norm and they don't think to reach out or they're afraid to. So you can take the burden off them and be the person that initiates that contact. And then the second part of it is don't get upset or disgruntled if it doesn't work out the first time. A lot of times people will get their feelings hurt or think that it's them if things don't flow perfectly initially. Remember, every person you're connecting with has their own life, their own issues, their own thoughts going on. And so it may have absolutely nothing to do with you if they don't get back to you right away or they don't seem receptive to connection. Just keep pushing forward until you inevitably connect with the right person that you can form a deep and lasting connection with. My number 6 is use technology. A lot of times it can feel very vulnerable meeting with people face to face. So sometimes getting that text or direct message or whatever is an easier way of forming a little bit of early on connection before you meet face to face with individuals. It lets you get to know each other a little bit to begin with, which takes some of that pressure off when you come face to face. And then this is probably one of my biggest tips, which is ask questions and care about the answers. First and foremost, it's one of the simplest ways to start conversations and bring about connection. But then when you actually care about what somebody's answer is and they feel listened and heard, that puts you in a light for them to easily connect with you because they know that you care. And this doesn't have to be something deep. It can be something as simple as, how is your day going? Or have you enjoyed the food here? Or can you recommend something? It is just a quick and easy way to open up a conversation, but then it also allows somebody to feel heard. And if it's somebody who is also looking for connection, you're actually highly doing them a service as well. I deeply hope that this has helped you to feel a little less lonely and will help you to prioritize making those connections. I'm going to link here an older video of mine, which is, you are out and about, but actually feel invisible, how you can start to become more magnetic and draw people into you. So with that, I am sending you all so much light and love, and I hope you all stay well, my friends.